Hi, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, in which case, thank you. Really appreciate it. It helps me grow the channel. What I am going to share with you today is my experience and if I'd recommend a septoplasty surgery. About 6 months ago, I had a septoplasty with turbinoplasty surgery, which fixes a deviated septum, which is this part right here of your nose. It straightens it out and also shrinks what are called the turbinates back inside your nostrils. And both of those components of this surgery make it so that you can breathe better. So I'll go over some things like, was it worth it? What are general timelines? Did it help? Would I recommend it? And hopefully just give you some tips if you're considering septoplasty surgery and help you figure out if it's right for you. So first of all, I had this surgery about 6 months ago, as I said, and I'll give you a timeline of how things went for me. So I scheduled the appointment and went to the hospital to talk with an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and had them look at my nose, and they were able to tell me really quick if I had a deviated septum and if I would also benefit from shrinking of the turbinates, which is the turbinoplasty part of the surgery. So two separate parts of the surgery. You can do one or the other. Often they're done together, septoplasty and turbinoplasty. So this ENT told me right away, yeah, I recommend you get both of these, septoplasty and turbinoplasty. It will help you breathe better. Many people get it. It's a very common surgery. That actually put me at ease a little bit. It's a very common surgery, very, very high success rate, and not much to worry about if you get it as far as negative side effects or risks. There's always risks, but very low chance with this surgery. So after that, I scheduled my surgery, and a few weeks later, I was in the hospital. You will need a ride home because you won't be able to drive. You'll be on some drugs, so make sure you have that scheduled. And they put you under anesthesia. You're under anesthesia. They do the surgery, and then you come out of anesthesia and go home. So next comes recovery. Well, the first week is very, very hard. I'm not going to tell it to you any other way. My ENT said it wouldn't be too bad, but it was. And I think that's pretty common for most people. So expect it to be a horrible week. You have what are called stints in your nostrils, and they stay there for a week, approximately a week after your surgery, and they keep your nostrils open while you're starting to heal, so you don't scab over and close your airways. And you can feel them. Basically, your face feels like it's on fire most of the week. You won't be able to sleep well. You won't be able to sleep on your side. You'll most likely sleep laying down on your back, and you'll be on drugs. Percocet is what they had me on for several days, which was some pain pills, and then Tylenol. And you're going to want those pills, I would imagine. They really help with the pain. You're not going to want to take ibuprofen because ibuprofen is a blood thinner, and you don't want to bleed more out of your nose. So just a heads up. That's what my doctor told me, at least. It's not going to be a fun week. There were nights I didn't sleep at all, and you're just going to have to get through it. That said, for me, it was worth it. And I'll get more into that a little bit later. But to describe that first week a little more, give you an idea of what to expect. You're going to be cleaning out your nose with some nasal spray that they give you about 3 times a day. You're going to be possibly having a bandage under your nose to stop the bleeding. You will bleed from your nose the first few days at least, just off and on, because you had surgery there, and And so you'll have a little cleanup to do several times a day. And that nasal spray will help you make sure your nose stays clean, doesn't get infected or anything. Let's see. Your nose is going to be very tender. You don't want to get smacked on the face or lean on your nose in the wrong way. It will hurt. It will hurt. Another interesting question you might have is how will you be able to eat and drink? And my answer for that is you'll be able to eat and drink normally. It may be a little bit awkward. You might not want to eat too vigorously with chomping of your mouth, but you'll be fine. You can eat what you need to, and no restrictions there. As far as getting time off work, if you need to do that for your surgery, I highly recommend you get a week off, at least. You might want a week and a half. I had a buddy that got this surgery and he had a week off, and that worked for him. But for me, I had a little bit longer time because it was over the holidays, and I would have needed more than a week. About a week and a half would have felt good for me. So be prepared to take some time off work. You're not going to be feeling up for working. Another question you might have is, will you be able to blow your nose? Absolutely not. Not while you have the stints in. So you're not going to really be able need to. You can kind of clean out with a Q-tip a little bit gently, and with your nasal spray, that's what you'll do to clean it out. If you need to sneeze, just try and do so gently. That's what they told me. I actually didn't need to sneeze all the time that I had my stints in, which was nice. I think having the stints in may inhibit that sneeze reaction a little bit. So probably don't worry about that too much, but they said to me, the doctors did, if you need to sneeze, just try to do it gently. You'll be fine. Okay, so after that week with your stints in the nose, you're going to get them out. You're going to go back to your ENT's office and they'll pull them out. It's an interesting feeling. It doesn't hurt. You just feel some pressure. Your eyes will probably water, and you will sound congested when they take them out, and that's okay. You're going to sound congested for at least a few weeks afterwards, to one degree or another, and that's just because you're probably still a little bit swollen in your nose. So I wouldn't plan on any speaking engagements or things of that nature where it would be detrimental to sound congested, because you will for a few weeks, and then it goes away. Like I said, I'm post-surgery 6 months, and I don't sound congested anymore. One final note about recovery, the physical part of it within your nose. You'll get some scabs forming on the inside of your nose, even after maybe a month or so, and that's okay. Just be gentle. Don't pull them out. Let them come out naturally, and you'll heal up all right. Let's see. All right, final summary. Is it worth it? Is a septoplasty and turbinoplasty surgery worth it? To me, absolutely yes. Before my surgery, I couldn't breathe out of my nostrils when I slept. I couldn't breathe out of both of them. I could usually breathe out of one, depending on what side of my head I was laying on, but I could never breathe out of both of them when I was sleeping. And even during the day, they'd feel somewhat clogged. Now, both my nostrils always feel open, and I can breathe nicely, even when I'm sleeping. It didn't really help me sleep better. I had a hard time sleeping before, just so you know, but it didn't really help me sleep better. Some people it may. If you have a hard time sleeping and that hard time sleeping is caused by not being able to breathe very well, a septoplasty could very well help you sleep better. I'm no doctor, disclaimer, but just some information there. But it was worth it for me, absolutely. I can breathe better. If you're considering this, I suggest you go talk to an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat doctor. They'll look at your nose, and within a few minutes, they should be able to tell you, yeah, a septoplasty and or turbinoplasty will help you out. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to answer them and help you on your journey. And thanks again for watching. If you feel so inclined, I'd love for you to smash that subscribe button. That will really help me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to do it with your help. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.